Good day, everyone. We are Group 1, here to present our video presentation for Kasaysayan 1, Filipino Women in the Revolution, specifically Gregoria de Jesus. We'll be talking about women's role in Spanish colonial Philippines, notable women in the Revolution, then moving on to Gregoria de Jesus, also known as Nakambini, and finally, the conclusion. Pre-colonial society could be said to view women and men in equal standing. Women during this period help and participate on all levels of the barangay's different activities similar to the men. However, this changed as the native Filipinos fell under colonial rule. The rise of Spanish friars' Catholic education began the idea that men and women had different standing and status, such that men are superior to women, as they received superior instructions in law, theology, and medicine, while women were taught clothing and social manners. Women began to have less of an involvement in political, government, and religious affairs. This disparity, though, was mostly apparent among the upper class, as they were the ones to readily adopt Spanish ways, while lower class members of society, who were seen as uncivilized by the Spaniards, maintained their Malayan values of men and women being equals. As the Philippine Revolution is told in history, we see a predominantly male-dominated narrative for the people involved, or should we say the main characters being spoken of. Yet, we cannot discredit the works of the women fighting alongside these men. Some of the most notable Filipinas during the revolution are Melchora Aquino, also known as Tandang Sora, or Mother of the Revolution; Gabriela Silang, the female general and wife of Diego Silang; and finally, Teresa Magbanwa, the Visayan Joan of Arc. Though we could discuss each of them and their own contributions, we move on to our main focus, Gregoria de Jesus. She was born on May 9, 1875 to what could be called a middle-upper class family. She was able to receive general education and was known to be quite the student, though later on she had to give up studying so her two brothers could pursue an education in Manila. From a young age, she would be involved in their family's interests, supervising the fields and the laborers. At the age of 18, she would meet the then 29 years old Andres Bonifacio through her cousin Teodoro Plata. After many interactions and against her father being against it, they would later on receive his consent and be wed to each other. The wedding would bear a child, though sadly, the child would not survive the revolution. After marrying Bonifacio, Gregoria would then be initiated into the Katipunan and would be given the symbolic name Lakambini to obey the practice and its traditions. In line with this, she is also recorded in history to be the one to keep in custody the seal, papers, revolvers, and other Katipunan paraphernalia. Because of this, she would spend most of the revolution moving around from one place to another, keeping the documents safe and avoiding the police. She was also the first to translate and decipher the Katipunan Acts in codes written in a piece of Emilio Jacinto's bone extracted from when he was hit by a bullet on his thigh. Aside from this, she was also trained and taught how to ride, shoot a rifle, and other weapons that she occasionally had to use. She would also be known as the Vice President of the Women's Chapter for the kataas-taasang kagalang-galangang katipunan ng mga anak ng bayan. After the revolution, she remarried Julio Nakpil, secretary to Andres Bonifacio, who she was reunited to after he retired to Pasig. They had 6 children together. From living a life on the run and hiding away while she was always in danger during the revolution, Gregoria de Jesus' only desire was to see the unfurled flag of an independent Philippines. A quote from the Lakambini of the Katipunan says, "Matakot sa kasaysayan, pagkat walang lihim na di nahahayag." From this, we move to the summary of this lesson. Much like how we are able to enjoy life now from the sacrifices of these great people, we are able to learn of the events from their accounts. History is full of lessons that we must keep and pass on for the future generations to learn from. That is all for today. Thank you for listening.